The number one question that I get as a multi-million-dollar CEO is how do I fit everything in my schedule? How do I eat, train, work out, and sleep? I'm about to walk you through exactly how I do it in 3 different parts. What am I doing to eat? What am I doing to sleep? And what am I doing to train to make sure that my performance is number 1 priority in my life? So the first thing I want to address is sleep. There's a couple good books out there that you can study, Sleep Smarter, but I'm going to sum them up for you. What time are you getting up? What time are you going to bed? Some people need 4 hours of sleep while others need 10 hours of sleep. You need to identify that by understanding how you feel throughout the day. So when you wake up, when you feel in the afternoon, and when you feel at the end of the day, those are important mile markers to know if you're getting enough sleep or not enough sleep. For me, the sweet spot is right around 8 hours. Sometimes I need around 9.5 hours if I'm really pushing intensely with my training. But for me, 8 hours is the sweet spot. And so I'll go to bed around 9 o'clock and wake up around 6 a.m. That works perfect for me, and I jumpstart my mornings with a very, very specific morning routine that you can check out right here. It's annotated above if you want to know exactly what I do to start my mornings. Number 2, how am I eating throughout the day to make sure that I have performance? Well, I do what's called intermittent fasting. It's probably one of the most trendy fitness techniques that you can do to lose weight. The reason it works so well is that you put your body into a autophagy, meaning that it's going to actually burn fat as energy, right? Because after about 12 to 14 hours, your body starts to go into autophagy. And ultimately what that means is you're gonna have an opportunity to also eat less throughout the day. You have a small condensed eating window, allowing you to make sure that you're not overeating during that window. So I'm gonna wake up around 6 a.m. I'm gonna have my first meal 6 hours later around 12 p.m. Okay, between 12 and 12:30, I'll break my fast, and then I'll usually go and hit my first workout. Depends on the day. Sometimes I'll work out earlier, 11 o'clock, and I'll go through what I do in my training sessions throughout the week. But the thing about calories and nutrition is it's all personalized, right? There's not one size fits all. Some people burn 18 calories per pound of body weight. Some people burn 15, 14. It is totally dependent on how you're moving throughout the day. In fact, one of the hacks that I have is I actually have a walking treadmill. You can see a video of literally me walking while I'm in my meeting. And this allows me to get an extra 5,000 to 7,000 steps a day on just a 60, 90 minute meeting, which is very, very effective when cutting body weight. Lastly, let's talk about training. Training is so important because for me, a lot of people think, oh, if I train, I'm gonna give all my energy towards that one thing and I'm gonna be drained throughout the day. Well, if you look at the science, you're actually going to generate energy when you work out. So for me, I wanna get my workout in within the first 4 to 6 hours of waking up. For me, this is when I'm the strongest, I feel the best, and I'm only training 3 days a week. The reason being is that as a natural lifter, you only have a certain number of, central nervous system power units, right? Think of your central nervous system as a car, and you put enough gas into it to hit one intense workout every 48 hours, right? The science shows that as a natural, without supplemented levels of testosterone, you're gonna need to train every 48 hours. And if you don't do this and you're on gear, that's a totally different story. But as a natural, 3 days a week's perfect. And then I'll do jump rope, abs, walking, maybe a little bit of swimming, biking, whatever I want to do to stay active throughout the day. On my non-lifting days, I'll do an active recovery day. So I'm doing 2 or 3 ab exercises on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and I'm hitting 3 big workouts Monday, Wednesday, Friday, either right before lunch or right after lunch, depending on my meetings. And that is how I schedule my day. Guys, if you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, share this with someone that's very, very busy and has trouble actually scheduling these things in and building out a routine, because I promise you that once you start putting your sleep first, you know what you're going to be eating throughout the day, and you're training consistently, you're going to notice that your energy throughout the day is going to be much, much greater than if you don't. In fact, a lot of the times, if I don't train, my sleep's impacted because I'm so high energy, I can't fall asleep. Literally, I went 2-3 days without working out, and I had trouble falling asleep last night. Tried to go to sleep. Guys, another sleep hack for you is if you can't fall asleep within 20 minutes, 30 minutes, then you need to get up and do something like reading a book, writing your goals, something that's low energy. Now, guys, I actually broke the rule on this one and I watched Shark Tank. I love that show. So I watched a little bit of Shark Tank, then I fell back asleep. One other power tip is if you do have to cut your sleep short, 1 or 2 hours, adding a power nap in the afternoon can absolutely be a game changer, because right around the afternoon, in fact, certain countries and cultures even have, an afternoon nap or rest baked into it. They call it the siesta, right? Down in Mexico. So by adding in a power nap when you have limited sleep, you're gonna notice that you refresh for the second half of the day. I'm gonna give you another power tip, mini days, guys. I think of my days in 4 to 6 hour increments, meaning literally every 6 hours, I think of that as a day. So from 6 to 12, 12 to 6, and then 6 to midnight is a mini day. Now I go to bed halfway through my mini day, so I think of it as literally 2.5 days per week, per day. So if you do that times 6 days, right, I'm looking at about 21 days, right? Compared to the normal 5 or 6 days that people are working, I'm gonna be 3 times more effective if I plan those 6-hour chunks as a normal 8-hour day. It's a complete game changer, but you gotta be willing to work very, very hard, because obviously those are 6 hours, and 3 hours. So you have to really see yourself in the position that you want to be, so that you have the motivation, guys. And the last tip I want to share with you is know your why. If you're going to get into the gym, know your why, so you don't just start it and end up stopping. I can't tell you how many people in my life have come to me and said, Bridger, give me a plan. I want to get ripped. I want to get in shape. I want to build a movie star body. I give them the plan, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks later, I call them up. I fell off. Life got busy. They start making excuses because they didn't know their why. And when life gets hard, they don't push through. And that's the difference between winners and losers, is that the winners push through when life gets hard, and the losers give up, throw in the towel, and make excuses. So if you're watching this, I challenge you that the next time you make a commitment, follow through and see how much more confident you are coming out of that. Because promises that you make to yourself, confidence, your word with yourself, is your integrity. If you look at the integrity of a building, it's built on its foundation. Your word is your foundation. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, again, hit the like button, please subscribe, and we'll talk to you soon.